So I'm Sophie. I'm doing a master's at Lancaster with Carly. I just started in January, so very much the planning project at the moment. But I'm looking hopefully at niche separation in bryophytes in grikes. So why bryophytes, apart from them being my favourite kind of plants? In limestone pavements, they're very unique and can be quite species rich. And they're mostly more prominent in the grikes, where it's more humid and the light levels are lower. And I just got three interesting species to get you really excited about bryophytes. So the first one is Tortella tortuosa. This is pretty common across the pavements. You find it in cushions on the plinths, and this requires the calcium to survive, but it's quite a widespread species. You probably will see it when we get to gate birds. Very pretty. Um, and this one, which also goes by Turgis scorpion moss, which is way easier to pronounce, is very, very rare. And maybe we'll see it on gate bars. Maybe. Because, but it's found, that's like the only place that it's found in the UK. But it's found in other places across the world, or it's been discovered in other places. And this grows in the solution hollows. So it's quite interesting that it has to survive being infilled with water and then drying out, sat out in the sun. So that's why it's cool. And finally, brown canarian, as the name suggests, is a Mediterranean Atlantic species, but is able to exist around Silverdale and other places further south in the UK, because you get a bit of a warmer climate here. That was also cool. And again, very pretty, obviously. But bryophytes are also important because they colonise the bare ground, not having any roots, they can survive on the rock. And they allow vascular plants to grow. They also act as a seabed vascular plants. And they're good for moth diversity and rare moth species, where the larvae can feed on them and as a medium to pupate. I accept that there's some problems with the bryophytes. They can make very thick mats that your like limestone vascular species can't grow through. Either it's like a physical barrier, blocking out light, competing for water. So that can also be a problem. Now, onto the more project. Why niche separation? So part of my literature review found this meeting notes from the BES from 1954, and there was just this diagram in there where they looked at moss zonation at Holt Park Wood on Ingleborough. And like, this is the only thing that I've ever found like this. I can't find anything out there. And I just thought it was really cool. So I wanted to do it as well. But they looked at narrow grikes and wide grikes, and there is a difference. I don't know if it's a bit too small of a font, but there is a difference in species composition and the organisation depending on the size of the grikes. The only other thing that's sort of similar is Silvertown looked at vascular plants in grikes and niche separation there. And there are other niche separation and bryophyte studies, but in other habitats, so a lot on like cliffs by rivers. There's a cool one in Antarctica. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is why I wanted it, because there's nothing else that I can find out there. So my questions for my thesis currently are: can you observe niche separation? This is a picture from a grad on Upton Roof, where you could kind of maybe see there's more cushion forming moss up here that's sort of on this ledge in the grike, and then down the bottom you've got a more mat forming moss. And that's kind of what you would see in all of the grikes, or at least when I was looking at them, they kind of showed a similar pattern. Let me just check my page. Also, does grike size affect species organisation as well, like in the diagram on the slide beforehand? Not be able to see that. And is there a difference between open and wooded pavements, different species, and different organisation? But yes, at the moment, just planning out the project. So I've been visiting a bunch of sites, which has been terrible in the sunny weather. And I'm just trying to work out some kind of plan of what to do because all the sites are very different. Even like when we went to Hutton Roof, each bit of block of pavement is completely different as well. Some of it's very broken up, some of it's very flat. Some of the wooded pavements are really horrible to go to. There's lots of scrambling. Yeah, so I'm trying to work out how to actually design a sort of protocol because there's not really much on that either. So currently I might look at a 50 by 50 meter plot, select a random number of grikes within that, record the size of the grikes, the orientation of grikes, because that also affects where the mosses sort of grow within the grike. Look at the different attributes of the bryophytes, seeing if you get the different, like you've got your cushiony ones and your matte ones, if they grow in different depths within the grike. Look at light levels, different intervals within the grike. But yeah, at the moment, trying to work out how to survey that because some of the grikes are really deep and you can't see all the way down in there or reach in there. And mosses are quite difficult to ID. A lot of them you need to look under a microscope. So can I take any bits away? That's also a question. But yes, that's where I'm at. That's the end.